I basically got ratioed on Twitter
for saying that the moon landing happened. The most recent survey I've seen, conducted in 2019, found that only about 60% of the public strongly disagrees with the theory that the moon landing was fake. And that leaves about 40% who do not strongly disagree with the theory that the moon landing is fake. Perhaps the most commonly cited piece of evidence to support moon landing denialism is that we haven't gone back. If we really landed on the moon, then why haven't we ever gone back? In 1970, we were sending rockets to the moon. That's true.
When I was a kid, we had spaceships, and we had this thought that it was going to be spaceships, and then the next thing was going to be colonies, and then we were just going to keep pushing out for the lunar colony first, and then Mars was going to be next, and we were just going to keep going, and this was our destiny.
It's true that, if you were alive in 1970, you probably would have assumed that by the year 2024, we'd be landing humans on the moons of Jupiter, right by now.
Is it the future? Is it the key to reaching the stars?
Or is it just 5 totally awesome days away from mom and dad?
Fantasyland. Here is a world of imagination, hopes, and dreams. Magic and make-believe are reborn, and fairy tales come true. Fantasyland is dedicated to the young and the young in heart, to those who believe that when you wish upon a star, your dreams do come true.
Time is 1986. The place is a city of the future, where a trip to the moon is an everyday thing. Time is 1986.
We didn't get there.
They don't seem to have ever gotten back to that basic idea of human progress.
Now, to top it all off, IQ scores are declining and people are generally becoming less competent and less skilled.
Why?
The question is there something that the U.S. government isn't telling us?
Now, the moon landing has reams and reams and reams of evidence.
HC telemetry data is even in existence, and as I said, even if we have it, we don't have the machines to play it back.
But your own research has shown the telemetry data is missing.
That's right.
Right. We've been unable to track it down. I mean, we don't know where this telemetry data ended up, and we don't know what path it may have taken. So, unfortunately, I'm afraid I can't really give you much of a clue as to where this data ended up and whether it still exists or not.
Interviews with the astronauts who went there, footage from other lunar probes that have gone to the moon or orbited it. There's even a laser reflector that was left on the surface. You can bounce a laser off of it today.
Initiating laser on retro reflector from Apollo 15.
This is a real experiment that can be conducted right now today to confirm that the reflector was left there.
When you think about it, this is extraordinary. A laser is shot from Earth and makes a round trip of over 500,000 miles.
The ultimate proof of man's moon mission.
Oh, that's very cool.
Now, we'll be able to see the beam when it leaves, but it won't be strong enough when it comes back to be seen by the naked eye.
In fact, it's something that can only be picked up by the most sensitive of collectors, and hopefully, when we get that photon back, we'll see a spike like that.
The spike?
There it is. There's the spike.
That's the return from Apollo 15.
That's the moon. We hit the moon.
That is so cool.
That's your big experiment? All that for a line on the screen?
Dude, people are fucking retarded now. Like, the world's filled with literal idiots. Do you think a laser can shoot 240,000 miles?
That'll take much more sophisticated equipment than the average person has laying around.
100 billion times more powerful than this is. That's what you got to have to make it to the moon and back.
You're telling me you're on a ball going 1,000 miles an hour and hit a little mirror and it can bounce back and hit your little box and you go, wow, we went to the moon. You literally believe that. How do you believe that? Try and bounce a laser 1,000 yards and hit where you started. 1,000 yards.
All right, can you ping the reflector? There it is. That's what, like 500 meters away, would you say?
350.
Okay, now try and do 1 mile.
The fact that we can do this is the only way of definitively proving that there are man-made objects on the moon.
Ultimate proof
of man's moon mission.
Lasers bouncing off of freaking reflectors planted on the moon's surface won't convince them. Nothing will.
Take a minute and just think about how a laser going a round trip of 500,000 miles on a ball spinning 1,000 miles an hour to reflect back to a box. And then they say that's proof that someone fucking played golf on the moon. It's fiction. It's lies. It's bullshit. No one went to the moon. There's no evidence whatsoever that anyone's ever been to the moon. There's actually no evidence that you can go to the moon. And this is the shit that distorts young minds.
According to the conspiracy theorists, NASA did a shoddy job of pulling it off.
Ridiculous. It looks stupid. It looks ridiculous and dumb. There's no way people went on the moon. There's no way.
It's just laughable. It's held together by literal tape. Look at that. That is tape, Tim. That's space tape, bud.
Simple Scotch tape, haphazardly placed here and there, as if it were a last-minute job.
Other than the foil, what is that? What is that?
A Twinkie? No, I'm sure it's some super important and necessary high-tech device. Look at the buckling, warping, and indentation.
There is no explanation for the sloppiness in the construction of the lunar module, with the engines covered with aluminum foil, the external panels not even lining up with each other, and the Scotch tape that seems added at the last moment, just to keep together pieces that would otherwise fall apart.
And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
You know there's got to be people that are like, dude, come on, you can't do tinfoil in cars. No one's going to believe that.
Dude, there's people that lost their mind when they saw the lamb. When they looked at it, they're like, what?
Yeah.
What? He goes, yes.
Yeah, you wait. They'll believe whatever we show them.
They liked it. They go, let's make it fucking ridiculous.
Let's make it fucking ridiculous. Because it's almost humiliating, you know? Let's make it. Let's just convince these dummies of something so stupid, you know?
It's just dumb shit.
Just to humiliate us.
Are we truly to believe that NASA has spent all this money to send a vehicle covered with loose pieces of cardboard into space?
The memo recommended, for example, arguing that a conspiracy of this magnitude could not have been kept secret.
How many people would need to be involved for it to work?
Which is an argument we still hear today about things like 9/11.
And finally, they say that footage of the lunar module taking off from the moon's surface
is clearly fake.
Or they just want to believe. Oh, they're still like holding people's imagination. The average person thinks they're standing on a spinning ball. Right now, 2022. They think they're standing on a ball that's spinning 1,000 miles an hour in infinite blackness. Even people that know the moon landing's ridiculous and NASA lies all the time, they still think they're standing on a spinning ball, even though their Bible, their Quran, all these things say there's no chance. They're literally like, I'm standing on a spinning ball right now. And everyone's like, why don't you prove it's not spinning? I'm like, look around. You see that? You see all of it? Oh no, but the atmosphere spins at the same time and it's all relative. It's so fucking stupid. That's why when people are like, you know, Big Bear, I really like you, I listen to you, but I just can't get on board the flat earth thing. I mean, there's just no evidence the earth is flat. We're obviously on a spinning ball. I'm like, there's zero evidence you're on a spinning ball. Look around, guys. Does that look like you're on a ball going 1,000 miles an hour?
Anyone could go outside right at this very moment and confirm this point yourself.
Most globe people have never thought about anything. They're just like, y'all so very stupid. I mean, you can do the math, guys. The math is right there. Everyone's, prove you're on a flat plane. Okay, there it is. It's right there. That's the flat, not moving plane. How about you prove you're on a spinning ball? But you don't know basic science. The light curves around the earth because of gravity. Oh my God, you're fucking brain dead. My 8-year-old always says it doesn't feel like it's spinning because it's not spinning. That's fucking insane. I mean, it's more insane than transgenderism. All these right-wingers are like, oh my God, a 5-year-old boy cannot be a 5-year-old girl, which is obviously true. But the idea that you're on a spinning ball is literally crazier. Because at least boys and girls both have like lungs and hearts and hands and shit. Like that's, like the spinning ball thing is like retarded. But I know it triggers people and then they feel very suicidal and scared. They go Manchuria candidate when you say flat earth. Yeah, I get why. They think you think it's a flat disc in space. I get how stupid that sounds. Flat earthers don't actually think that. It's a straw man. I don't believe in global warming. So you want the earth to burn? You want the earth to die? I think transgenderism is child abuse. You won't accept people for what they are? I'm a flat earther. You think it's a disc in the middle of space? Where's the water fall off to? Okay. You're retarded. If you think the flat is flat, then how does it spin around the sun when it's flat disc in the space? It's the ultimate psyop to get you to feel like you have no responsibility in the world. It's intended to make you feel meaningless when the truth is the exact opposite. Exactly. You don't matter. The earth is just one grain of sand in an infinite beach spinning in infinite nothing. And it's crazy seeing Christians like believe in evolution and space and all this stuff that 100% contradicts the Bible.
Discoveries that were miracles a few short years ago are accepted as commonplace today. Many of the things that seem impossible now will become realities tomorrow.
It's total bullshit.
It will be many years yet before our plans can fully materialize.
And I am absolutely convinced the emphasis here on space is absolutely vital to our
new world order. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order.
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
What's being denied is one of the greatest achievements in human history.
Really happy to see what we see from the moon, and of course looking back on the Earth.
An achievement claimed by Americans for America.
That's us. That's home. 232,000 miles away from Earth.
There's the spike. This guy does not work in science. He's a comedian playing a character.
I basically got ratioed on Twitter.
Thank you.